It is interesting to note that the apostle that wasn't actually in the upper room was the one that was given to teach the most about it. Remember, Paul told the Corinthians, I'm going to give you what the Lord gave me. What the Lord gave him. In Luke 23, I'm going to just spend a few minutes here thinking about, he said it's the same night that he was betrayed, he took bread and he blessed it. He said, as often as you do this in remembrance of me. This table of remembrance that the Lord gave in this most precarious time in his life. This was the same night that he was going to be betrayed. And yet, he took bread. And he gave us this table of remembrance, this time when we can set apart our mind, our thinking, and fellowship with him in his death till he come. Now these occurrences things that happened while Jesus was on the cross, these are profound considerations. How much did it cost to put away sin? How did God treat Jesus when he was on the cross? Jesus himself will tell us. Remember, it was about the 6th hour. This is Luke 23:44. It was about the 6th hour, and there was a darkness over some of the earth, all of the earth. Now we know Jesus died over there, right? So there was a darkness over all the earth at about the 6th hour. What was going on? Why would there be darkness over all the earth? Now, some have said, well, it's just an eclipse. Well, Mark 15:34, or no, and I'm sorry, in the next verse 45, it says, and the sun was darkened. That's what it says. The sun was darkened when Jesus hung on the cross. Why would that do that? Well, we know that God laid on him the iniquity of us all. God was putting away sin by the sacrifice of his son. God was making his soul an offering. What? Look, even the physical creation. You see, this impacted it. Even they, remember, it says they're waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God, right? It says they're waiting to be delivered from the bondage of corruption. This bondage that this physical creation has been put under because of sin. And now here, at the moment, God's putting it away in his son. The sun refused to shine. Yeah. Darkness. The sun was darkened. There was darkness for 3 hours. Now, I don't know. I've been outside when there wasn't any moonlight. The moon wasn't out, and of course the sun was down. But that wasn't darkness across all the earth. That was just darkness where I was at, right? Yeah. On the other side of the planet, there was still light over there. But there was darkness. And at the same time, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom. What happened? This is about the thickness of a man's hand, about the hand breadth. It was torn in two. By who? By God. He tore. See, sin had been put away. This is a monumental thing. We see sin entering the world by one man's transgression. Sin entered the world. And because this one man had sin on him, bore the sins of the whole world, he put it away by the sacrifice of himself. And now the way to God had been opened up. Amen. Been opened up now. Amen. You can come. Sin's been put away. It wasn't until the 9th hour that Jesus cries this cry. He asks this question, and we do well to be able to answer this question. He says, my God, this is being interpreted now. I notice it didn't say being translated, but that's just an aside. Being interpreted. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, which is being interpreted, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Now we have a couple different personalities in this statement. We have God and we have Christ. He asked God, why have you forsaken me? Now this was his beloved son. Yeah. This was the one that had never sinned. This is the one that had never transgressed God. He always did those things that pleased the Father. And yet at this point in time, at this moment, he's bearing the sins of the world. He who knew no sin was made to be sin. And God forsook him. This is what God did. He forsook him. Why? Because he was judging. God was judging sin. He was pouring out his wrath against sin. And what happened to Jesus? He took it away. Oh, it's prefigured in the sacrifice, the Day of Atonement. He's given us ample understanding of what happened when Jesus, how did he take it away? In his body on the tree. He took sin away. Well, the sun refused to shine. You got all these indications here. Something epochal is happening right now. Jesus is hanging on a cross. This one who men said he was the Son of God, the centurion afterwards, he's witnessed this whole thing. He witnessed what he had just said, and he said, surely this man was the Son of God. Surely the first testimony we have recorded was a centurion. Surely this man was the Son of God. Now we've come today once again to rehearse in our minds and in our hearts and fellowship with Christ on what he paid in order that we might be accepted in the beloved, in order that we might come and not have any spot or any wrinkle or any such thing. We might be made the righteousness of God. Cost him to be made sin. But he did it. He purged it away, and that's what we're celebrating. We're remembering what he did in order that we might obtain a better resurrection. Well, let's remember his death till they come. I'm thankful for his offering. Let's pray.